All right, another video for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. Priceline done toe-day draws with me. So from the video from earlier, I was saying I was going to do laundry and then go take my little whole bath or try to get a room, one of the two, whatever. So I did the laundry and I said, fuck it. I want a good night's rest tonight. I want to take a regular shower. So I go and book the room. I went ahead and booked it for 2 nights. It let me do it for 2 nights. Lovely, right? So after the clothes finished drying, this was after I booked it after the clothes finished drying. Booked the room, all happy, okay. Get to the hotel. Lord have mercy. Okay. Ooh, Priceline. So I'm just leaving Target, by the way. We'll circle back to that. So I get to the hotel. Lady tells me there's going to be $100 deposit on top of me already paying for the room. I'm like, that's lovely. I read the fine print after the fact, which actually said you only need a $50 deposit if you're using a card for the deposit. But anyway, I said, okay, whatever, run it. That's fine. So she goes to pull up the reservation to verify the funds or whatever. And she says, the way this works when you use third party is when you book your room, the money gets sent to a virtual account, and then we get to see what the balance is in that virtual account to be able to charge and collect our monies. She says they have not funded the virtual account for this purchase. Okay. So she said, you're going to have to call them and let them know that the money's not there yet. So I can't check you in unless the money's there. Okay, cool. Whatever. Call them. Wait time wasn't long at all. Maybe 5 minutes. Cool. Tell the lady what's going on. Okay. She tells me, okay, well, I have to speak to the partner, whoever they go through, whatever. Let me put you on hold. Cool. So, I'm sitting right there in the lobby while the partner calls the receptionist. And this receptionist, she's not the best. I can tell you that right now. She is not the best at handling business situations. I can tell you that right now. Oh, that's on the phone. So, piece of, I don't know, change, flip the damn thing. Anyway, she's not the best. She's one of them, do the bare minimum. Well, I'm just a receptionist, and, her communication for business purposes was awful. But anyway, so the partner calls her right there. I hear the conversation, everything. The lady had the speaker up so loud I could damn near hear what the partner was saying to her. So she explains to the lady, I can't check her in, if I don't see the funds. Whatever. She said it's not that I can't because I don't want to. She said our system is literally designed to where I cannot check someone in unless I can confirm funds. So the lady tells her, well, it's going to be, you'll have the funds within 24 hours. So the lady reiterated to her, ma'am, okay, I understand you're telling me 24 hours. She says, but I cannot book my customer in until I can confirm funds. Okay. So there was no getting around that. Booking, we can't do it. She says, you're going to have to wait the 24 hours. Or I said, you know what? Just cancel the reservation. No big deal. I said, can I cancel it right here? In my confirmation email? She says, no, let the lady know when she takes you off hold. Because mind you, this was the partner that called the receptionist directly. I was still on hold with the Priceline customer service agent. She says, just tell the Priceline customer service agent you want to cancel. When I see it, I'll be able to cancel in my end. Cool. So I go to tell the customer service agent. She comes back on the line because the partner had already told her, the blah, blah, blah. Well, unfortunately, I got to wait 24 hours. I said, ma'am, I don't have time for that. Just cancel the reservation, please. She says, okay, well, I don't think that's an option. I said, what do you mean? My confirmation says the reservation can be canceled through 11:59 p.m. today. She says, well, it's telling me there's going to be a penalty and that it's too late to be canceled and blah, 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 but I'll see what the partner says. So I'm like, lady, this ain't no I'll see what the partner says. I'm clearly telling you what your cancellation policy is telling me in this email. It can be canceled through 11:59. So this needs to be canceled. She says, okay. So she goes and puts me on hold, whatever. She comes back and is insistent. This cannot be canceled. I said, we're not doing this, ma'am. Can I please have a supervisor? Cool. Supervisor come on the phone. He take me through the whole shit like he don't know what's going on. I can't stand customer service. I can't stand call centers that do that. Bro, you should already have my shit. If somebody done transferred you to a supervisor, clearly you should already be educated on what the situation is, what the problem is, blah, blah, blah. Don't make me start all over, but that's what he did. Mind you, I'm already in this phone call by a good 45 minutes in, okay? So, I get a supervisor, this man, I give him all the information, tell him what's going on. Cool, okay. So, he says, well, unfortunately, I do have to get the partner back on the phone. So now he has to make his own separate phone call to the partner. Oh, my fucking God. Okay, cool, whatever. I said, all right, cool, whatever. So then he comes back and says, okay, well, this can't be, he says, oh, well, we've been told now that the funds should be available in an hour. I said, sir, cancel this. I said, I'm on the phone now over an hour. After all this waiting and holding, I'm frustrated. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Cancel it. My email said the cancellation policy said I had until 11:59 p.m. tonight to cancel it. He says, oh, well, you have to cancel a day before. I said, sir, I just made the reservation today. There is no day before. So now he was like, oh, well, let me see what same day booking cancellations are. So he flipping through. I don't know what he found. He never told me. But he was like, okay, well, I still have to, check with the partner because I don't have the ability to cancel it. It's not letting me cancel it. I said, okay. Puts me on hold yet again. Okay. So after another long hold, he comes back and says, okay, so the partner is willing to cancel it. However, they need written authorization from the hotel to cancel it. I said, sir, the lady at the desk told me I had to give y'all the verbal okay to cancel it. He's like, I understand, I'm sorry, but no, we have to have a verbal or a written authorization from the hotel that it's okay to cancel this. We've already called them and told them this. The receptionist said that she doesn't have the authorization to send anything written over, and that only the hotel manager has that authorization. But we've already sent an email, sending the request, asking for the written authorization as well. Okay, cool. So I'm like, now I'm caught between. So I'm like, okay, fine, cool. Dude was like, I'm so sorry all this has happened. This phone call went almost an hour and 45 minutes, okay? So he says, for your trouble, I give you a 20% promo code for your next booking. Cool. All right, cool, whatever, boom, boom. Called the receptionist back. Again, I told you this girl is not the most competent. And she lazy. Okay. Damn, why is Cliff Stevens so goddamn packed? God damn. Geez, they packed today. I usually go to Cliff Stevens over here to work on something, but I guess not. All right, so I'll call. She answers. I says, hi, this is Marquisha. Do you remember me, the issue with the booking? She says, yeah, I remember. So I said, I just wanted to confirm, Priceline told me that they now need a written authorization from you to do the refund, and you told them that you don't have that authorization. I said, is that accurate, or what's what? So she says, yes, that is correct. She says, I'm not authorized to send anything written on behalf of the hotel. Only the manager can do that, and they are out until Friday. I said, so you're expecting me to wait until Friday to get this resolved? I said, ma'am, that's not okay. I said, there's no way I'm doing that. That's not okay, right? She says, well, there's nothing I can do. I said, ma'am, there has to be in case of emergency contact that you can call. This seems to constitute an emergency. This is not okay. So she says, okay, well, I'll take your information and I'll call you back. Okay. So this was about probably 45 minutes ago. Haven't heard from her back yet. So yeah. I'm pissed. Like, I am pissed. I was ready to go in there, take me a good full shower, spread out on the king size bed, and just chill for the day. Maybe work on some more music, but just chill. Like, bro, it's been a rough couple of days. I just want to relax, and this is the shit. She ain't called back yet. Okay. And now I bet you what's gonna happen is the day's gonna pass, 11:59 is gonna pass, and then Priceline gonna try to pull some shit and say, oh, we can't refund you because now the deadline has passed for real. They better have my account notated very well. I'm gonna be blowing up that goddamn hotel all evening, and I'm gonna also send an email that I see on the website to get this taken care of. This is crazy. That's $150. Okay. So I went to Target. I was actually at Target by the time the phone call finished. This almost 2-hour phone call with them. I ended up at Target And when I took my little whole bath, I don't think I've ever taken a whole bath. I took my little whole bath, and that was an experience. They had one of them, of course, automatic hand thingies, so the water wouldn't continuously run for me to, wash how I wanted to. So, God, damn it, that was just frustrating. Fighting with that goddamn water thing to try to wash myself. So I did a good little wipe down of all my areas. I didn't wash under my arms. They weren't even musty. I'm not musty. I wasn't musty at all. I just put a fresh application of deodorant. But there was no must at all. I was still fresh from yesterday's deodorant and shower. So I just put on a fresh layer of deodorant. But I did do a good soapy wipe down of my body, thighs, ass, back, whatever. I did a good wipe down everywhere. So I do smell very fresh. And that definitely scrubbed really well. Okay. Hit that. That ass very well. Not bad. I had to fight with the water. But I washed very well. Okay. So she's fresh. Brushed my teeth, washed my face. I am exhausted though. It's been a day. Started out very well with that beautiful breeze park. Had my Chinese food, did the laundry. And then to be at this juncture of the day and had to deal with that bullshit. So, wow, there's a peacock on top of that house. Yeah. So I'm very frustrated right now. Angry. I can't even say I'm angry. But very frustrated because I really wanted to take a full shower, use my body scrub, exfoliant, and just spread out on that bed and just probably go to get a really good sleep this early in the day. Ooh, that receptionist was so lazy. She just... This is some bullshit. It is what it is. I'm a little munchy, so I probably munch on this chicken salad, which is now probably a little warm. It's been in the car all day. Yeah, it's probably lukewarm, so it's not hot, but I definitely like to eat it cold. Get me some more ice. But yeah, took my first little whole bath. I really don't think I ever took a whole bath. I never had to. Yeah, I've never felt comfortable doing that. Like, no, I want a full shower. I've never taken a whole bath, but I did today. And man, wow. Hell, I don't even know if I got all the soap off me. I had to crack on my ass, but I think I did. I just don't think I dried all the way. Because I didn't have a towel with me, so I just used the dirty dress to dry myself down. But anyway. That's where we are right now. But I am pissed because I shouldn't have had to go through that. And I know that damn lazy ass receptionist, she probably didn't even call the hotel manager. This is crazy. So I'm probably finna call her back and call Priceline back just to see, is there a cutoff time that this authorization needs to be received in by? Because clearly I didn't check in, and this is no fault of mine. And even when I talked to the receptionist again, I said, did they still never send the funds? Because one of the, I think it was the supervisor that said it. Actually, I think the agent had said it before she sent it to the supervisor, that they said give it an hour. And no, she said no, the funds ain't there. She said when she talked to them again, they told her it was some kind of update that needed to be done. So that's why they had to wait. They have to wait 24 hours for the money. So aggravating. So yeah, that's that.